Hello, Steve White, Trek Boy 89 for Steve Arts 89. We've had a little bit of news about Starfleet Academy. I just did an absolute scathing video about the whole series. So I thought, no, just talk about the actual news. No one, if they want to hear that, they'll look at one of the other videos. They've got a new cast member that's been announced. What's her name? Becky Lynch. She's a wrestling champion. She's known as Becky the Man Lynch. She's Irish. She's got, I think, dyed orange hair. I think she's a natural redhead maybe, but certainly dyed orange. Don't know anything about her. She just made a couple of comments. She basically said, you know, I'm going to Starfleet Academy. She said she was a member of the bridge crew. Just a member of the bridge crew. There's nothing really about the character at all that we know. But it was interesting, that reference, because we know that Holly Hunter's character is a captain and chancellor. So will we have active members of Starfleet who are actually teaching and also going on missions, or will they just be taking crew members, cadets on training missions, or will they be included in real missions? Will we actually have a chance to see actual Starfleet-like adventures in episodic Star Trek style? See how optimistic I am? After all I've gone through with New Trek, I'm still looking at how it could be done well and projecting that onto Kurtzman and hoping for something more than what we've gotten in the last 7-8 years. But yeah, this show, so we might get more than just, stories set in the Academy on, the biggest set, that they built on the biggest soundstage in Northern America, which they keep bragging about, which just makes me think of how much they've spent on the series, which makes me realise that they're going to be committed to the show for at least 5 years, because if they try and back out, they'll have to pay Kurtzman and his investors back for the money they spent on all the sets and everything, establishing the series in the first place. That's how we got stuck with Discovery for 5 years and Lower Decks, because that contract said you've got to pay us out if you want to cancel the show. It's the worst contract that's ever been given in history, as far as I can tell, for TV. Basically, on his way out the door for, let's just say, misconduct and not use words starting with S, A, or R, Les Moonves basically gave Star Trek fans and Paramount the finger by giving Kurtzman this deal which gives him just ultimate power. He can do whatever he wants. As long as he can find someone to pay for it, he can create any Star Trek he wants, and they can't cancel it without having to pay compensation under 5 years. So he can pretty much do a 5-year show on any Star Trek he wants, which is how we're ending up with the horrible half-hour comedy reality show version of Star Trek set on some sort of pleasure planet like Risa. It's basically a knockoff of Risa, so I'm just calling it Star Trek Risa. And we'll be stuck with that for 5 years as well, no matter how bad it is, unless they want to pay it out. But it costs less to keep the show running than it does to pay it out. That's how they're very clever on Kurtzman's part, I must admit, but pretty evil. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this new cast member. That's all I was supposed to be talking about, not going on a rant about the other issues with the show. But yeah, it could be okay. It could actually be okay. He's been promising it's going to be based on science and education and everything, and it could be episodic adventures. It could actually be good. It's not impossible, just improbable.